Today I'm going to show you how to create a garden that's low maintenance and perfect for a small space. Just outside the cottage here in our new garden is this long terrace. It's a sun trap. It faces south, and what I want to try and do at this end is to create an outdoor open garden room. Bit of work to do though. Now, stone terraces are lovely, but they do get green slime on them, which makes them really quite dangerous. So the first thing to do is to clean this. It will look quite pristine, but it'll be so much easier to walk on. Needs a bit of pressure washing. I've got my pressure washer here with the correct nozzle attached, and I'm going to work my way right across the patio. The distance that you hold the nozzle from the paving affects just how much you're taking off. The closer you get, the more will come off, the cleaner it will be. Try to avoid putting the pressure washer directly onto the pointing between, because it'll pull that out as well. And don't even think about doing delicate things like your statues. They're lovely with a bit of patina on them. One blast of this, they'd lose their wings. So the patio has been pressure washed. I now need to create my low walls to make the room, and with small areas always go for a smaller number of large containers rather than a small number of little ones, because it makes it look spotty, and in summer it's a real pain to have to water them all because they dry out so quickly. So I've chosen 4 troughs of preserved timber that I'm painting on the outside, lining them with this so that the compost doesn't fall through the holes. And if you fix the edges in before you put the coping on, it's a much neater finish. My liner in, got the coping on and fixed firmly so that liner is sandwiched, and then I'm going to paint the top to match the sides. These were all a natural timber colour before I painted them. And choose something that appeals to you but which will complement the plants that are going in it rather than fight with them or attract all the attention. I love these soft, rather modern tones, and the one I've chosen is called Warm Clay. The lovely thing about this particular colour is that it will go with any kind of planting scheme. It's really complementary to bright, vivid reds, oranges and yellows, and particularly to soft pinks and pale blues. Don't stint on the quality of the paint you buy. What's cheap is dear. If it's cheap, you'll have to do it again. And with a good quality paint, it will last lots longer. If you put your troughs on casters, they're easy to move around, and you can change the positioning then to suit what you're doing. I'm going to turn these into room dividers. So you can see now, these are my low walls that have created the outdoor garden room. And then in a while I can get a table in here, chairs or benches either side, and it becomes a breakfast room. But as it's spring, I think we need a bit of colour. Although these are acting as walls in the summer, I thought what I'd do is turn one of them into a gigantic window box in front of this little window for spring, filling it up with this tub and basket compost, which is ideal for containers where the root run is limited. I'm leaving it down there 2 or 3 inches, and then I'll start putting my plants in. I've got some largish ones here. There's a rhododendron there, lovely pink flowered rhododendron. They like ericaceous, lime-free compost. This isn't an ericaceous mix, but in here I really want to do plenty of spring flowers. This is such a pretty euphorbia, a spurge with variegated leaves and these little green flowers that always remind me of frog spawn because they've got that little dark brown blob in the middle. Make sure whenever you're planting anything that you've watered them really well before you plant, and don't worry that the roots are at the bottom and you're having to tear them. So that's tallish, and I want another tall plant to go next door to it here. This lovely erysimum, a kind of perennial wallflower, lovely purpley colour, which will go very nicely with that. And this one's called Erysimum Poem Lavender. And I rather like the lime green and the sort of lavender purple together. When you're planting for spring, there's no need to leave a load of room around them all. You want it to look fairly complete when you've finished it. Now then, plants along the front here, I simply love little old butterfly blue scabious, and these flowers here, you can see how many are coming, loads of them still to come. I reckon I can fit a couple in there. In this corner here, a saxifrage, a mossy saxifrage, mossy foliage and lovely pink flowers. A little paler saxifrage behind the pink one. Trailing over the front, my favourite variegated ivy. In the back corner on the left hand side there, 2 polyanthus. And for a bit of colour and aroma at the front, a yellow variegated thyme. And finally, a bit of fluff. I do like a bit of fluff. Stipa tenuissima, lovely ponytail grass. To fill in this back bit here and flop over the front. There you have it, a gorgeous spring container. Give it a good watering in. When you're watering, get your hose right down among them. You don't want to be watering up here somewhere because it just weighs the flowers down. The water needs to be around the roots, and that is where I'm putting it. A really good soak. So there we are. We have something pretty to see from the window of the house. Join me for a forthcoming video when I'll be filling this space with summer colour and much more besides. More than 130,000 people have now subscribed to the channel, so why not join us? Click below and I'll be waiting for you in the garden.